Hey guys, Chris and, oh, look who's back.
I'm back, Christopher.
And PJ live in the Dream Giveaway Garage. Thanks for joining us on a Fire It Out Friday. PJ rolled in here about an hour ago, 2 hours ago.
That's right.
Tell us about the trip. Tell us about the event, PJ.
HPX was amazing. It was their inaugural event. It was the first time ever that they put together something like this. It was a lot of vendors. There weren't as many people to walk the crowd, but you know what? Vendor-to-vendor transaction was great. And we got to see this amazing unveiling from Richard Petty right in our booth for this amazing Outlaw.
And now it's back here in the Dream Giveaway Garage. Did you drive it back here, PJ?
No. I drove our work truck back, but that was transported in an enclosed trailer.
Good. Looks good. I'm so glad we get to show it to everybody here. Of course, you can see this on our website. It's our first Petty Hellcat Dream Giveaway. And listen, I was in rock and roll, so I know what this is our last tour. This is the last car ever to be built by Petty's Garage.
Chris, what is going on with the Outlaw? Tell me about the history of what's going on here and why Richard Petty and what's going on here.
So in 1964, Chrysler took the 426 Hemi that they had developed as a race engine, and they started to get it out to the NHRA drivers and the NASCAR drivers, including a very young at the time, but still very tall, Richard Petty. Well, the Hemi's just cleaned house. Everybody in NASCAR, and for a lot of people in NHRA as well. Well, Bill France, who was head of NASCAR at the time, the France family still owns NASCAR, he got pretty upset. Now listen, I wasn't there at the time, but from what I hear, he got so exasperated that he banned the Hemi from participating in NASCAR races in 1965. So he outlawed it. So what did young Richard Petty do? So, well, if I can't use one of these Plymouth Golden Commando Hemi head V8s, that's what they called it, in NASCAR, I'm going to use it on the drag strip. And he got a Hemi, put it in a Barracuda, first gen Barracuda, and he went drag racing. And on the side of that, and you can see pictures on the web of that car, yes, it was Petty Blue, it said outlawed, a direct reference to Bill France and NASCAR banning the Hemi from participation in 1965. But it was a one-year-only ban, and here's why. The uproar. The fans said, we've got to see the Hemi. It was such a huge deal. He let the Hemi back in for 1966. So Richard's career was meant to be in NASCAR, not so much in drag racing like some other greats, but he was very, very good at it, like he is at any form of racing. But that was the last time that the word outlawed was used on a Richard Petty vehicle in 1965. So let's see, we're now in 2025, and that's 60 years later. And the word outlawed is used for the first time in 60 years on a supercharged Hemi with a direct connection stage 2 kit, Chris, 885 horsepower.
I can't wait to open up the hood. I can't wait to open up the trunk to show everybody what's going on in this particular car.
But before we do that, who's out there watching,
JP
PJ?
Hunt says that thing got a Hemi. We're about to find out.
That thing's got a Hemi.
Let's see here. S. Martel, amazing hot rod. Don, love it.
It is. And I'm going to quickly go through the list of partners, and then as we look at the pieces, we'll go ahead and let you know. Petty's Garage, of course, put this project together for us. Direct Connection, which is a Mopar division or a Dodge division, put the Direct Connection Stage 2 kit there. Fixed Ski Wheels, one of my favorite pieces on the whole car. Look at these. These are custom 3-piece wheels.
And there's an emblem inside.
Look at the center caps on here. Amazing. You can see the Petty Blue calipers there. Petty Blue Hellcat with the red eye. But one of the other incredible pieces on here is the American Carcraft cosmetics, the show quality upgrades. We'll show those in just a minute. We've got some stuff from Lighting Trends. You can look right there and see.
Yep.
That all lights up as well. We've got MagnaFlow exhaust. We've got JRI shocks. Who am I missing, PJ?
Are we going to start this up after
Well,
we
it's
show
Fire It
everybody?
Up Friday.
Okay.
I'm glad somebody is asking me to fire up this car.
We're going to do that, but we want to look at this car
Let's
first.
do that.
There's a lot going on.
Let's start at the hood.
All right.
Okay.
I'm super excited because I was been with this all weekend long, and I just was blown away the entire weekend to watch this whole thing unfold. Now it does have a.
It's hot. Who's
yeah,
been out here? I can barely put my hand there. It's so darn
Should
hot.
have probably done that prior.
Wow.
But there is a bar over here.
Oh, okay. Got it. So the Charger usually has hinges, but this has an American Carcraft Demon.
That was hot.
Anderson, and not American Carcraft, that's just Anderson Composites Demon hood. Carbon fiber hood.
But now, when you look
Okay.
at this, Chris, look at this amazing
This is
stuff.
amazing. You've got the silhouette of Richard Petty there. I burned my finger,
No,
PJ.
it's a little warm on that thing. Yeah. So look at that. You got the amazing logo up there.
Right.
And then everywhere down here. It's everywhere, Chris. Richard Petty autograph right there.
Super nice.
Covering the caps. Look at that. Just
Right.
unbelievable. Again, his signature here. And while he was at the show, we actually had him sign this battery cover. So he signed right there over the top.
And Petty Blue. Of course, he has
Yes.
his pens.
know, he
He has his Sharpies custom made in Petty Blue. That's classy.
Now, turn on the lights. This really did an amazing job at the
Right.
show. All of those lights light up, making this whole thing highlight. You can't really see it well on this camera here, but if it was darker, this whole thing would light up. It's pretty impressive at the show.
That looks super sweet, PJ. What's everybody out there think of it?
Yeah, American Carcraft did an amazing job.
Amazing job.
You know, and if you're looking for something like this for your particular car, American Carcraft, Hudson,
Right.
Florida, check them out.
And this is a one-on-one car.
Yeah. Chris,
Okay.
look at the trunk.
Okay, let's look at the
I
trunk.
was excited about the
Let's
trunk.
look at the trunk and see what we got.
It's not as hot.
It's not as hot. I won't burn my finger opening the trunk.
Look at
Oh,
that.
look at that. That is so cool.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love it too.
Dwayne says this is a very different Mopar from the Dodge Magnum Petty drove to win.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Look at that.
Yeah, this whole suspension bar, right?
Yeah, so talk about stiffening up the chassis. Look at that.
Yeah.
In Petty Blue,
Yeah, the entire stripes are all Petty Blue. If I can get up here,
right?
you can see that.
SRT
The
here
SRT,
in Petty
yep.
Blue.
The Outlaw.
Outlawed, correct. And back here we've got the tips for the MagnaFlow exhaust. We've got, that looks like an Anderson Composites rear splitter, rear diffuser if you will.
Now, Mike Brown, who our Facebook
Wasn't
fan,
Mike Brown at the show?
He was, and as a matter of fact, he just wrote in, it really does look better in person.
Wow, well it looks great in person, I've got to tell you that. So let's shut this. 885 horsepower, that's because Dodge has the Power Brokers and has the Direct Connection brand, and they offer a stage 2 kit which increases the red-eye horsepower from 807 to 885 street legal horsepower. Before I sit in these amazing looking seats from our friends at Catskin Leather, look at this.
Again, everywhere. This
Everywhere.
car is loaded with it.
So amazing. Down here, we've got custom Dream giveaway rocker sills.
And it does have that new car smell. If I know you can't smell it, but it has that amazing new car
You
smell.
don't have smell-o-vision turned on?
No, not on.
Okay.
Chris, what are we going to hear when you fire it up? Is it going to be loud?
I don't know. I
boisterous on the
haven't
thing?
fired it up.
Oh, all right.
This literally just got here 30 minutes ago.
So I'm going to go in the back. You're going to couple blips.
Before
and
you
then I'll
do,
go
I
in the front.
notice here there's a direct connection, a tuner, app here.
Yeah, it looks like an iPhone almost.
Almost.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to go in the back.
Okay,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
Listen to a couple hits, and then I'm going to go in the front and
Okay.
watch it in the front.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, guys. Wow, to think that Richard Petty sat where I'm about to fire up this grand prize. This is impressive. Well, it sounds mellow so far. I suppose I better get my foot over toward the gas. I can hear that supercharger right kick in. Can you hear that whine of the supercharger?
It's got great sound on both sides.
I'm sure that this is a 10-second car all day long. Here's that direct connection tuner device right here. I haven't gone in and taken a look at this stuff, but you can look at gauges here, and we'll figure this out over the next few weeks, and then I'll show you guys how all that works. You couldn't hear me. I was telling people Richard Petty sat here. He didn't even hit his head. He's a lot taller
He
than
is
me.
tall.
Wow, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, that means that we now have 2 modern Dodge Hellcat promotions going on.
Was that the one over here with that big Sublime green
Correct.
SRT?
So that 0 to 60, you have until June 30th to get your entries on that. Only 61 days in that whole giveaway. And you've got 10 months and blah, blah number of days to go ahead and get your entries to win this, because it just started. And you probably have until, I think this ends on like National Hemi Day next year on April 26th. Get that 426.
Ah,
you guys
very
know
good one.
you know what that means.
Evan says the dream of Smokey and the Bandit. JP Hunt says, here we go.
You
S.
know-
Martell says, oh my gosh.
That's interesting, because when I looked at Petty's profile on that, I thought he's kind of got that Burt Reynolds thing going on.
Yeah,
a little bit.
absolutely.
I don't know who sported that look first.
Roger says, absolutely amazing. Jesus, I have my entry for both Hellcats. Appreciate that.
Great.
Yeah, this is just unbelievable car.
Jesus, you better warn your local authorities on whatever island you're on in Hawaii to look out, because this thing is going to be rocking Oahu or wherever you're at.
That's right.
I don't know what island you're on. Tell us.
Now, what's the horn sound like, Chris?
We didn't modify the horn. It sounds like a horn.
Well, let's hear it.
That's-
All right, perfect.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us today. I know PJ needs to get home and get some rest after that exciting inaugural HPX show at the Charlotte Convention Center, where NASCAR legend, the King, Richard Petty, unveiled, took the California car cover off of this amazing one-of-one Dodge Charger Hellcat, 885 horsepower, and the last vehicle to roll out of the custom shop at Petty's Garage. Get your entries. Man, I wish I could. I'll see you guys on Monday. So will PJ in our favorite place